My dear students, hope you are doing well and you are so fine. Today we are going to explain thinking skills. It is about cause and effect relationship. We are going to know the differences between the cause and effect, identify the relationship between cause and effect in sentences, recognize and use signal words to determine cause and effect relationships. Let's start by reading the sentence. The student failed the exam because he didn't study. So the student didn't do well in the exam. He failed. He brought under 10 over 20 because he didn't study. Look at these questions. What happened in the sentence? What happened here? There is something happened with the boy. What was this thing? Yes, the boy failed the exam. So this is what happened. What is the reason for it? What is the reason? Why? Why did he fail the exam? Yes, because he didn't study. So, the first sentence tells us what happened. The second clause tells us the reason why. So answering these questions, we know that the event that happened, which is failing the exam, is the effect. So failing the exam is the effect. The reason for it, which is not studying well, is the cause. So, the student failed the exam is the effect. Because he didn't study is the cause. Every effect has a cause. Any result has a reason. Now let's know the signal words that tell us about the cause and signal words that tell us about the effect. These are some of the signal words that show the cause, which are because, since, as, because of, for this reason, due to, a reason, leads to, so that, in order to. Let's take this example. Because the rain was heavy, the match was cancelled. So, because the rain was heavy, does it show or does it tell us about the cause or effect? Yes, it tells us about a cause because we have because and because tells us about the cause. So, because the rain was heavy is the cause. Okay, what is the effect? The effect is the match was cancelled. This is the effect of the cause. And the signal word is because. Because shows cause. It's now the signal word of the effect. These are the signal words that tell us about the effect. So, therefore, as a result, consequently, thus, then, hence, resulting in, leads to, accordingly. Let's take an example. She was too short, therefore, she could not reach the high shelf. We have therefore. Does it mean that after therefore we have a cause, or an effect? Yes, of course. After therefore, we should have an effect. Therefore, she could not reach the high shelf. Why? What was the reason that made her unable to reach the high shelf? Yes, because she was too short. This is the cause, and this one is the effect. And this is the signal word that tells us about the effect. Let's solve this practice exercise together. Read each sentence. Put one line under the cause, two lines under the effect, and circle the signal word. Because the wind was strong, the old tree fell over. Where is the cause? Yes, the cause is this one. Because the wind was strong. The effect, what happened? The old tree fell over. Where is the signal word? Yes, because. Sentence number 2. She was too short, so she could not reach the high shelf. We have so. That means that this is the result or the effect. Two lines under the effect, one line under the cause, and circle the signal word. Sentence number 3. The students studied very hard, therefore, the entire class passed the exam. Where is the signal word? Yes, therefore. Does it show the cause or the effect? Yes, of course, it shows the effect. Therefore, the entire class passed the exam is the effect. The students studied very hard is the cause and said the signal word. Number 4. They could not make a snowman since there was no snow on the ground. What is the signal word? Yes, since. Does it tell us about the cause or the effect? Yes, about the cause. So since there was no snow on the ground is the cause. They could not make a snowman. The effect, and this is the signal word. Sentence number 5. The oven was accidentally left on. The bread consequently was burnt. Where is the signal word here? Yes, the signal word is consequently. Does it tell us about the cause or the effect? Yes, consequently means as a result. It tells us about the effect. Okay, what is the cause? Yes, the cause is the oven was accidentally left on. So, my dear, in any time we want to know the cause and the effect in any sentence, let's pay attention on the signal words. These help us a lot in determine the cause and the effect in the sentence.